Hello, and welcome to my dorm room, where the magic happens. Do you remember when I used to start every video with, like, I was pretending to be in a different place? Yeah, me neither, but whatever. So I got solo Eladwen deck, is what I'm playing with. And, I haven't released a video in a while, so I apologize. It's partially my fault and partially not my fault. You know, I've just been kind of lazy and whatever, and I've just been busy and stuff, and yeah, I have a final tomorrow. Not a final, just a test, just an exam in botany, and you know, why study for that? I can make a Shadow Ice video. We're going up against Zaladar, which is awful for this deck. I haven't played this deck in a while. I made it like a long time ago, and then I was meaning to like record a video and I just didn't. But if I remember correctly, it does really well against allies, but like Darklaw or Zaladar or Aduru, they're all I had to cough. They're all not that good. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep playing. You know, someone asked me in the comments, which I appreciate the comments, by the way. I mean, I don't know. Okay, we'll get into that maybe later. Someone asked me, they're like, why do you do these like live? Like, why don't you record them and then do the thing? Because then you repeat yourself and you have to like stop and think about what you're doing, and you know, it's annoying, and I agree. Like, I understand. Great question. Ooh, Arctic Monkey, I think your name was? I don't really remember. I didn't look it up. Great question. Why do I do it this way? Because it's more fun. Well, that, and when I've done them in the past where I've like recorded them. I haven't released them, but I've done videos where I record it and then I'll voice over it. And basically one of the problems is I literally don't know why I do anything in the entire match. I'm like sitting there like, why did I make that move again? And like, what? I mean, so I could sit there and say I made a mistake here, I made a mistake here, but like if I win, then I won. Obviously they weren't mistakes. So basically, that's, you know, the point. Okay, so let's get rid of this Engulfing Flames. This is a solo Eladwen, which I've said 6 times, I know. I'm gonna take the damage, well, so I can take the damage or freeze one of these guys. I don't really know how helpful freezing one of them is, so I'm gonna draw a card and take the damage, and end my turn. So yeah, so it's got some freezing elements, because it's got Snow Sapphire, Voice of Winter, Freezing Grip. And it's got that one card, Shatter, I think it's called, where it removes all frozen allies. And, yeah. We'll look at the deck afterwards, because someone said they liked that, and I enjoy doing it too, so. That's fun. We can kill a lot of them, though, with Lightning Strike, so we won't be that far behind or anything. So let's get rid of this Tome of Knowledge. Let's kill the Death Collector with Eladwen's ability. Now let's use the Lightning Strike on the Flare and Spark. And yeah. There we go. Killed all of his allies. So this Zaladar seems to have a lot of allies, which is good for me, because if he didn't, I would be struggling. I had to drink some Coke. I did not snort cocaine. It was drinking Coke. So he's got more allies. Isn't that just wonderful? That is... I'm gonna, like, lose this really quickly, I think. Snow Sapphire. Let's get rid of Voice of Winter. What do? We can draw a card. We can do that. Let's freeze the Death Collector. Let's draw a card. I should have drawn a card first, but I didn't. So we get this Shatter Ice. That's it. This card is hard to use, and yeah, it's helpful though. Like, I actually think it's like an important part of this deck, but it's really hard to use. I mean, like Supernova's hard to use, which I have Supernovas in here too, but like, I'm actually going to use the Supernova. I can tell you that right now, like that's what I'm doing. So yeah, Supernova. Okay, so the one thing you can see, like, I've lost a lot of health and he hasn't lost any. That happens all the time with that deck, or with this deck. So if like you're playing this deck and you're like freaking out, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this Shatter Ice though. It's got Shatter Ice. Okay, so I'll talk about how I play it. So I'm at 9 health. See, this is why Zaladar is gonna be frustrating because he's so good at damaging you. But Shatter Ice is really helpful late game. It's not usually helpful early game. So you have to get like Voice of Winter out. You have to get Snow Sapphire out. You have to try to like get these cards out for it to even be viable. But yeah, and well, we can look at the deck afterwards. I've said that like 6 times. Okay, so we'll get rid of this Bad Santa because I don't need it. So what can I do? There's lots of things I can do. There's not a lot of things I can do. Let's play Voice of Winter and draw a card because I want to slow down his allies a little bit. You might be tempted to poison or use flames there, but I can't let him. I can't let him get allies out because that's going to damage me. So that's what I'm worried about right now because I'm at so low health. And yeah, and I know there's a lot of ums and stuff and whatever. So he gets out of Shadow Vein, which isn't friendly. But I do have a Snow Sapphire to kind of like slow that up a little bit. So we'll definitely be playing that. I can tell you that right now. So this is when they attack, right? So we don't want to do any of that. So we're not going to attack him or anything. We're just going to have my turn. But yeah. Thought nothing. Hold on. Okay. What happened? Oh my gosh, did I lose? No, I was just looking. I thought my roommate is gone. But then I heard someone sounded like he was entering. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's him. Whatever. Okay, so we're looking at these cards. He's got Infinity Core, which is cool. I'm not out of it. I am really out of it. Okay, we're really pushing it right here, aren't we? Yeah, we are. That's how to play, man. You know, you gotta go balls of wall. Oh my gosh, a flare. So let's get rid of Supernova because ties never happen. So what I want to do is just poison and burn him, baby. Let's kill the flare. Yeah, let's just kill the flare. With my Staff of Winter. I just realized that's kind of weird. Like, it's a staff. So, like, what are you like hitting them with it? Like, with the staff? That's what's damaging them? Because I mean, they have like their ability too. So it's like using the staff freezes the allies, but like doing the 1 damage, you like just whack them with it. Is that what happens? But then like you look at Jeweler's Dream, that's a freaking sword, but that only does 1 damage. That doesn't make any sense, does it? No? I don't know, whatever. I'm thinking too hard about this game. Yeah, man, it's really loud. I don't know if that just turned it off or not. Probably did. I'm sorry. If you know that turned off the volume and made you really sad, I apologize, I suppose. Oh my gosh, look at you getting out all these cards. Okay, so let's get rid of this poison gas. Let's play Lightning Strike. And let's go for both fireballs to Zaladar, man. Let's go for it. And not gonna kill the spark because that would destroy my whatever. And so let's just enter. So as you can see, we lost a lot of health, and so even if I lose this game, but I got really close, right? Zaladar's down to 10. So basically the way this deck is set up is it's like a solo Zaladar, but there's less setup because at the beginning you're just trying to like stay alive, and then you're trying to push to get Voice of Winter / whatever out. Snow Sapphire. And then you have to hope your opponent doesn't have like really good item destruction, which can ruin you. Usually people get rid of, like they see, oh, it's an Eladwen, I'm gonna like sacrifice my item destruction. So that kind of helps. Now this is where like a Shatter Ice would be really helpful. I got one! Wow, that's great. So let's get rid of Freezing Grip. We might not have to sacrifice a card. We have 10 resources. We're probably okay. So let's... Oh, we can... Okay. He won, didn't he? Let's use... Let's draw a card first. A Fireball. Now, I lost. I don't know what I can do. Use my ability on the Spark. I guess. Fireball. 8. No. I was close. I got close. Because then I can use this. But this is... What is this doing? I don't know. It's not very helpful. That's it. The Arcane, whatever. And let's do 1 damage and... Oh well. 3 health. So I got him down to 3 health. Zaladar's a tough opponent for this deck. He did have a lot of allies, but it's just like... It's Zaladar. Zaladar's always a tough opponent. I kind of... Plus, it was like he had a lot of small allies. Rush decks are frustrating, too. I don't know if I'd call this a rush deck, but it kind of had that... It kind of had a feeling. I was actually thinking about putting a Zaladar deck kind of like this. But I didn't. Okay, so that was the match. Whatever, I made mistakes. I actually don't think I made that many mistakes in that match. I got kind of unlucky. Or he got lucky, you know, I don't know, whatever. Let's look at the deck. Okay, so it's 43 cards, which is weird. I don't know why, I just chose that number. Or when I was building it, okay. So let's look at the cards one by one. Okay, so it's solo Eladwen, right? So, let's see. Some important things for solo Eladwen is Poison Gas and Engulfing Flames. You know, those are important. Because that's going to be one of the main sources of damage throughout the match when you're playing solo. Because you don't have the allies to, like, do any damage. And then, you know, you have abilities. That's why... Okay, so we have Fireballs and Lightning Strikes. Pretty standard. Freezing Grips, but I only have 3 because they can't damage the hero. This is why I have Arcane Burst over, like, any other ability I could have, let's say. And the reason is that you... Okay, so, like, I'm sorry, I forget where the cards are. Meteor Shower in there. But the problem with Meteor Shower is it doesn't damage the hero. So sometimes I would be, like, sitting there, like, all I need to do is 1 damage to the hero, and I win. And I'd, like, be sitting there with 2 Meteor Showers. Like, this isn't helpful. He doesn't have any allies. So that's why I have Arcane Burst instead of, like, Meteor Shower or something. It's because if I'm playing against, like, a Dark Claw or something, at least this card has a use. It's very limited. It's 4 resources to do 2 damages to the hero, but it's better than having a card that is totally worthless, at least in my opinion. Okay, so then we have Voice of Winter, Snow Sapphire, and Freezing Grip, which is how I freeze enemies and my ability in order to use Shatter Ice. And the reason I have 4 Shatter Ice, you might think, well, don't you only need maybe 3? Shatter Ice is such like, okay, when you're playing a lot of matches with this deck, sometimes you'll be like sitting there and all of a sudden you'll just realize, like, they have 3 allies on the board and they're all frozen. They just all happen to be frozen for whatever reason. You need a freaking Shatter Ice. Like, you need to get one right now. So you want to make sure, like, you're getting those. But they're, you know, like I had that one time where, like, I would love a Shatter Ice right now, and I got it. You know, I have 4. That's kind of the point of that. So I'd be scared to have 3. Plus, it's nice having 4, because then if you get one really early, you're never going to use one, you know, turn 4. So you can sacrifice and be like, I've got 3 others. It's going to be okay. Bad Santa, because that's my draw, and Tome of Knowledge. Yeah, I don't know. The thing with Bad Santa, you might be like, well, do you really need 4? Blah, blah, blah. First of all, I like draw. Okay? Like, I was talking a lot with this one guy who I can't remember his name either, but starts with a D. So thanks for all the messages, by the way. They were really cool. But he was saying, like, about this land stack, and he only uses ill-gotten gains, and I don't know. I'm scared about that always. But that was his logic was he doesn't, like, need a lot of draw as long as you have good cards in your deck. I like draw. I just like, I don't know, I like having a lot of cards. I don't know, whatever. Everyone has different playstyles and stuff, but 4 Bad Santas, I didn't have to use that a lot in the Zaladar game because Zaladar was using Bad Santas, but oftentimes, like, you're just kind of pumping out spells, you know, because a lot of the fireballs go towards the hero, not allies. So you really need to like keep up on your cards, and it's more advantageous for you to have cards than your opponent, usually with this deck. Like, not against a priest. Giving priest cards is always a bad idea, but like a Dark Claw, I don't care if he has a bunch of cards, whatever. I need the cards more in my mind, so that's why I have Bad Santa. It's not even like there's really another option, like Tainted Oracle. First of all, I want it to be a solo deck, but I don't know. I don't even know if that would be very helpful. Okay, but this is the deck, Supernova, whatever. This went through a lot of changes. I don't even remember what my original idea was, but it was completely different than what it ended up being. But I still like how it uses the Shatter Ice card. I think it uses it well. I don't know if there would be a better way of using this card in an Eladwen deck. Oh man, you could use it as Nishaven, maybe. I feel like having Shatter Ice and Voltaire's Ring, though, would be kind of pushing it. But, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'll try. I don't know if I'm going to try. That seems like just, it'll never work. But yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Hopefully I'll be able to get more matches in and stuff. And yeah, oh, the other thing is, you know, I just like talking. So it's like more of, it's like a vlog style. Like, I feel like if I were to record the match and then do it over, I'd have to like write stuff down or have a plan. I just wing it. That's what I do. I'm like just that type of person. Like, I go in with cold feet all the time for like presentations and stuff. Like, I just feel like, well, I know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to plan anything. You know, I don't go in like never read anything, but you know, I've read the material. I know what I'm talking about. I play Shadow Era. I know all the names of things and stuff. So I just wing it. Whatever. It's my style. If you don't like it, get over it. I don't know. No, that's fine. I love the comments. I like all comments. I haven't gotten a bad one, I don't think. I've gotten like 5 dislikes, which is very upsetting. I cried in my bed for years. Not really. I did shed a tear when I got my first dislike, though. Anyway, I always rant at the end. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, as always. Bye.